Hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 1, this is 115 speaking, and let me just officially start the very first level of the game and see where the plot takes us.
What's a man gotta do to get that kind of attention from you?
It's hard to say exactly, but you seem to be doing fine.
Well, great. Though truth is, it ain't me that wants you.
Oh?
No, Miss Jacqueline Natla does. From Natla Technologies. You know, creator of all things bright and beautiful.
Seal it, Larson.
Ma'am.
Feast your eyes on this, Lara. How does that make your wallet rumble?
I'm sorry. I only play for sport.
Then you'll like a big park. Peru, vast mountain ranges to cover, sheer walls of ice, rocky crags, savage winds, and there's this little trinket. An age-old artifact of mystical power is buried in the unfound tomb of Qualapec. That's my interest. You could leave tomorrow. Are you busy tomorrow?
There's no overcoming this legendary introduction into the first Tomb Raider. It tells us everything we need to know about Lara. So let me officially welcome you to the very first level of the first game, called Caves. Now, before we really go down the level proper, we find ourselves this time equipped with pistols. I mean, pistols, compass, a knife, and a rope, and a poncho. That's everything Lara needs for an expedition to find the fabled tomb of Qualapec in the lost city of Wilcabamba, right? Nothing else. Of course, these are the goodies she carries around with her. She even took her shades off. Now you know Lara means business. So, this is new, consider what we've been through Lara's home, so let's equip pistols. You can use holster, key to pretty much unholster or holster your weapons back. Once you have them out, you will essentially enter a combat mode, meaning that from now on, what action does is in fact fire your guns. The moment you do that, you will now see ammo used /hits statistic update. Each pistol fires 1 bullet, so if you fire once with both pistols, it will increase by 2, right? And /0 means we have hit our target 0 times, simply because there is no target. I'm gonna talk more about the combat, but for now I just like to explain what everything Lara's capable of whilst she has her pistols out. So her hands are full. She's not able to climb, to interact with anything, but what she is able to do is essentially run whilst gunning. And being pivoted whilst gunning. She can do the same whilst hopping back, whilst walking around, back, heck, even sidestepping. Everything you can think of, Lara can do with those pistols. By the way, I love the added effect of bullet casings falling down. What I'm a bit disappointed in, there are no footsteps in the snow. I mean, Tomb Raider 3, the original one, actually achieved this, and I was kind of expecting it to be a given that we would see footsteps in snow and sand and surfaces like that here, but I guess it was not meant to be. Maybe they struggled maintaining that in the, whoopsie-doo, original graphics. Ah, look at those pistols. Okay, so essentially on ground you can do everything with pistols. You can even roll whilst firing, essential combat move. You can backflip whilst firing, you can jump forward or side flip whilst firing, and please learn this as soon as possible. Jump, give a direction forward or backwards, doesn't matter, roll and fire at the same time. If on your controller or your keyboard you have inputs that allow you to do these 4 things at the same time, jump key, direction, roll and fire, then you have a very good and comfortable control scheme. And I have something like that on my keyboard. I'm using left control key for action, using left alt key for jumping, I'm using the arrow directional keys essentially for giving the direction, and the question mark right next to my arrow keys, but it can be whatever, it can be / whatever's closest to your index finger. Make sure that's the roll key. On a controller, I recommend a right trigger to be the roll key. The down button, be it X or A on Xbox controller, to be the jump key. Then X or square would be the action key. And yeah, that's essentially how I'd recommend. You can also holster or unholster your guns in midair whilst doing essentially everything. I often like entering into combat via jumps, even with midair rolls. It's incredibly stylish. And that's essentially it. One more spiffy move I guess I can show you, which doesn't work, by the way, if you have your guns out, not really. Lara will never do a swan dive, even if you're holding the walk key and then jump and forward, Lara will not swan dive. However, you put your guns away, you initiate the swan dive. Oops, I fell this time. But you can initiate the swan dive, and now you can get your guns out and shoot. So there's just an endless amount of possibilities of stuff you can do. And starting with Tomb Raider 2 and 3, you'll be able to do things underwater with a particular weapon type. So it gets a bit more complex from here. There are going to be, of course, more weapons to be found in Tomb Raider 1, but also there's going to be one which is two-handed, and two-handed weapons behave a bit differently from one-handed ones. But honestly, this will become a relevant topic only in Tomb Raider 2 and 3, not so much even with the two-handed weapon in Tomb Raider 1. So, I wanted to give you just a quick crash course. It's of course going to be much better to show you in direct combat, but there is an achievement, one of 3 we can essentially unlock here, and that's like Dorothy. Use a level skip cheat code, make sure, well, this is my own note I added that I'm reading out now, make sure to restart the game afterwards just to be safe. So, what this means is that I'm now going to show you a cheat using which we'll unlock an achievement and we'll see the level and statistics screen, which is not going to show us anything new, it'd be the same as here. There are 3 secrets, 7 pickups, and the game is not going to show you, but I'm going to tell you 14 kills to be had in the first level. Now, to make the level skip cheat and unlock our Like Dorothy achievement, make a walk step forward, walk step backwards. Now make 3 turns to the left, each like this, and make sure to end 180 degrees plus after your initial position and jump forward. And there we go, Like Dorothy achievement unlocked. We have essentially beat the first level. Nah, just kidding. I really want us to unlock this achievement. Now, honestly, cheats always make me very nervous, and I wanted to get the one that has to do with cheats out of the way very quickly. There is another one in Tomb Raider 2 which requires a cheat. But anyway, there is some information I found that cheats apparently disable achievements or things like that. It's like, oh my god, so why would they make an achievement tied to a cheat? I do not know at this point, but what worked for me in PlayStation 4 was to do this cheat, get the Like Dorothy achievement, and then restart the whole game and start a new game, and achievements worked fine from that point. So if you're after all the achievements or just some of them, I still recommend you do this. And I wouldn't even enter to continue, just quit the game on your console. I'm gonna Alt F4 my way out of here back to Windows, and I'll see you guys back again in Caves when I start a new game. Now, as we are navigating to the new game screen after using the level skip cheat code, I can actually use this opportunity to show you that you can change the in-game graphics even during FMVs. Original, remastered. Original, remastered. Yeah, so it is cleaned up somewhat, although the letters are not exactly the greatest. But I do prefer the remastered way to this. Look at that snow, very blurry. This one makes more sense. So they did go through the extra effort. Now, how on earth are you able to switch FMVs like this? I truly have no idea. Anyway, oh, the loading screen, original PS1 and the modern one. I kind of quickly tried to switch. Okay, so here we are back again. This time for real. So, in the caves level, if we look at our compass screen, we'll want to find 3 secrets, 7 pickups, and kill 14 enemies. Now, the games do not show you how many kills there are. I am telling you how many kills there are based on research I did and, well, my notes from all those years back. But I have tested it on PlayStation version, by playing it on PS4, and I always confirm these numbers before recording just to not mislead you. By the way, this is a first collectible death. You can let these blow darts chip your health away slowly and die to them. If you're interested in all the deaths that are unique to this level that you can collect, or even to others levels, but you can get them here first, I will add a little bonus at the end of the video once we finalize the level, showing you all the possible deaths you can collect for the deadline achievement, but I'm not going to really stop my Let's Play each time for that. That wouldn't flow very well, I think, and I also maybe many of you are not interested in those deaths, right? Now, let's get our hands on the first secret of the game, on this ledge over here. So you need to make a grabbing jump, and you will hear a secret chime. Beautiful. Now, this is the first time we're picking up an object. Go over it and press Control, and Lara will pick it up. This actually pertains to 2 selectable options. Action indicator, which means that an exclamation mark will appear not just when you can pick up an object, but also interact with an object, like a switch, a lever, pushable block, things we haven't seen yet in Lara's home, right? So these are really cute, and the awesome addition is that if you switch to original graphics, there it is, exclamation mark and a sprite for the small med pack. The exclamation marks did not exist in originals, so they added this sprite work. And the small health pack, they actually had to redo some of these sprites from the get-go because they are not able to use the original, because all the way up to Tomb Raider Golden Mask expansion, not including, they used Red Cross, which kind of treaded on the trademark of the Red Cross organization. So they had to then, in Golden Mask expansion for Tomb Raider 2, change it to green. But here in the remastered, they start with green altogether so as not to tread on the trademark. Does it make sense? I hope so. So these are really helpful if you're having trouble seeing things in the dark, or if you're a new player. I recommend them. I'm not going to do them. I want to keep the HUD and user interface to minimum, right? Also, I'm going to now show you what walk to action does. I am just holding the action key, and Lara sidestepped twice and picked it up on her own. So this might seem like a neat feature, right? But I'm going to disable it, and I'm going to explain why. This is something that actually prolongs the pickup. It does help if you're having trouble aiming for the pickup to actually get to it, if you cannot really align Lara too well. I'm fairly experienced, I'm able to do that without many difficulties. If you're a new player, you might find this helpful. However, note that because of these side steps and walks and animations, it takes longer time for Lara to pick it up, and there'll be a couple of situations where picking up an item is absolutely crucial. And this is gonna make it more difficult to pick up an item in time and get the hell out of there, right? So I'm gonna disable it, but again, if you're having trouble lining Lara for pickups, feel free to enable it. Also, keep in mind, in the original Tomb Raider 1, you had to be pixel perfect to pick things up. That's not the case in this remastered version, even with this option turned off. Lara will sometimes just face into picking up an object. I'm going to show you that in the second secret around the corner. That's again a feature they brought from Tomb Raider 2 onwards back to Tomb Raider 1 Remastered. Let's get our guns out. There'll be first 3 enemies. Bats. And let's leave the final one, because I promised we're gonna take a picture of every single enemy, alright? Let's get him into the light. Okay, I think that's light enough. Aw, isn't he a mean boy? Okay, not anymore. Oh, this is absolutely adorable. Now, something I didn't notice when we were taking pictures in Lara's home, I forgot to hide the UI. So there we go. And now you can also actually switch into the original graphics and do a comparison. How awesome is that? Now let's do away with him. Oh, and let's see what that did, oopsie, to our accuracy statistics. So we have fired 6 bullets, hit only with 5, but that was sufficient to take down 3 bats. That means 1 bullet can already kill a bat, I mean, which makes bloody sense, right? So there he is, the poor little guy. Yeah, they're so adorable. You know what? I think I just got a picture idea. Let me align Lara's foot just... Oh, there we go. This is gonna be good. This I think is a winner. Okay, we just need to give her a very shocked expression, because by accident she stepped on a bat. Okay, this... Come on, guys. Lara, your first kill. Are you proud of yourself? To be fair, it was in self-defense, wasn't it? Okay, I must stop spending so much time with the photo mode. I did not expect to have this much fun with it. Again, never cared for any photo mode in any video game. But this just... it doesn't let me go. Now climb over here for the second secret. I recommend a side flip whilst firing. It's a good practice. There was a bet. And now we have the walk to action disabled. So let me show you what essentially happens. Let's press the action key. And Lara immediately teleports to that pickup, right? So walk to action actually makes things slower. I know, it's crazy. This would have been good if they kept the pixel perfect requirement of Tomb Raider 1. It would absolutely be beneficial. But with the more lenient Tomb Raider 2 and 3 pickup system, there's just no need. So yeah, there you have it. Now, oh yeah, I want to show you a way to artificially increase your accuracy on the next enemy, as it pertains to statistic. By the way, interesting thing, the originals had artificial sources of light. In these remastered ones, to keep the lighting more natural, they added the actual sources of light. So they had to do holes in the ceiling and things like that where the devs thought they are unreachable. I'm willing to bet anything, eventually some of us, some crazy fans, are gonna find a way to reach these spots via corner glitching, which by the way is kept intact exactly as I wished. I'm so happy. Again, this remaster has just exceeded my expectation. Anyway, first switch we can interact with. Again, if you had the action indicator on, you would see exclamation mark. I do not have it on. Press the action key, it will open up the mechanism next to it. It's a tutorial. And now let me show you something. Our accuracy is 10 out of 7 bullets. And now, Lara keeps firing the poor dead bat. If you do not release the action key, Lara will not stop firing. If you release the action key, she will, and she'll never fire at the dead corpse again. But this way, we have artificially increased our accuracy. I know, it's probably not very fair or sporting, but there you go, you can absolutely do that. Oh, by the way, this palisade used to be a 2D sprite, now in 3D, so Lara's leg and arm can even sort of phase through that. It's awesome. On the other side of this wooden clumsy barrier that Lara could absolutely fit in through if she wanted, is the entrance into the lost city of Wilcabamba, but we need to open the gate anyway. But there's more goodies and stuff to be found here and more defenseless animals to kill. Although, to be fair, I don't think there's an animal that wouldn't want to kill Lara here. There will be in Tomb Raider 3, but even there, their behavior is questionable. Anyway, one of the most iconic rooms of the first game, the 2 bridges. Now, I'm gonna try and show you how to get the Apex Predator achievement. But I think for that, let's get rid of one of these wolves. I think, Lara, you got him? Yes, so there is a wolf down. I think we need to take a picture of a new enemy we encountered. Oh, by the way, with the photo mode, you cannot move through solid objects. Even Lara's bumpers, you cannot move. I bet we'll be flooded with pictures like these soon. Anyway, what I want to do is capture the majesty. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to capture any kind of majesty. I am going to capture this right here, our trophy. And you know what? I think this asks for a bit of a roll. Oh my god, let's do it like this, so it almost looks like he's standing up. I don't know what this says about me. I'm having too much fun with dead animals. That's a terrible thing, but my god. Okay, let's do this. Take a screenshot, change the graphics, take a screenshot, and that's it. We can come back to playing the game. So, what I want to show you is how to unlock the Apex Predator achievement, meaning you have to kill a wolf while it and Lara are both in air. First, let's soften it up with 2 shots. Do not fire a third time, he might not survive it. Or she, I don't actually know. And as he approaches... Damn it! I messed up. I was supposed to jump a bit earlier. You need to jump and fire at the wolf while he's in the air at the same time. I pulled this off here on the PlayStation version, and you know what? I'm gonna keep trying until I pull it off, so that you guys know how it's done. Have patience with me, I'll be right back at this spot. Here we are. I do believe in second chances. What about you guys? You snooze, you lose, mister. Okay, and there's another one. So I want to hit him with both pistols twice to soften him up so we can finish him in one blow. That's essentially what needs to happen. Oh, he's smart, right under us. Okay, let's do this. Oh, he survived. Okay. He survived that as well? There we go. Okay, defeat wolf while you are both in the air. Apex Predator. Okay, this didn't turn out quite as stylishly as I was hoping, but you get the gist. As he approaches, you must jump sooner. Now, perhaps you would have an easier time with something else than backflip that I used, but there you have it. This is what worked for me. Now, let us take a look at a particularly interesting mummy over here, because this is also part of an achievement. Now, we can prime it and start it here in the caves level, but we cannot complete it. We can only finalize it in the 4th Peru level. We essentially need to step or climb up or jump onto a tile containing this mummified, horrified person. Now, this is also part of an achievement, and actually it didn't work for me the first time I did it on PlayStation version. I did it in the 4th level. Nothing triggered, so I went back to new game, entered this tile, and then it unlocked. So, just make sure you complete this condition, right? I think this one is called May They Rest in Ukupacha. Again, an Incan afterlife or something like that. Not to be mistaken with different kinds of mummies, 2 of which we can find in Peru. Wink, wink, you know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, but I'm a big fan of taking scenic routes, so normally you can actually even ignore the wolves over here and just take in the sights. You can safely cross the bridges. This is not the case in Tomb Raider Anniversary, by the way, a 2007 remake of the original via the Crystal Dynamics trilogy in a completely different engine. The first collapsible bridge would, as the name suggests, collapse. And you would have to fight the wolves unless you kill them from up top. I did like that change a lot. It made things quite exciting. And now we enter a very memorable room, because this is the room, if you were playing on a console, you would see the first save crystal, and I'm led to believe that's going to be the case also for the New Game Plus mode here. Now, here we encounter new enemy. A bear. But not only do I want to take a picture of the bear, I want him to make something special for me. To make explaining an achievement in a following level much easier. Okay, we soften him up. Let's drop down here. We'll take some damage. We can take it. Okay. I kind of want him to just... Yeah, I don't want to kill him yet. I might regret this. Okay, come on, Teddy. You know what I want you to do. I want you to stand on your hind legs. Now, by the way, you absolutely don't need him to do that for any kind of achievement, not in this level, but we will need to in the following one. And he just refuses to do that. He doesn't want to play with us. Okay, you know what, Mr. Teddy? I'm getting fed up. I think I'm just gonna finish it. This is not what I paid the ticket to the circus for. Yeah. So there is going to be an achievement, I think it's called Circus of Wilcabamba or something like that, where essentially we'll have to witness next level's two bears stand on their hind legs. And I had no trouble making it happen before, but somehow now, in the PC version, he refused to do that, so hopefully it's going to be no biggie. Now, it should only concern the two bears in the next level, not in this one, right? That's it. Now, yes, I know, we didn't take a picture of a newly defeated foe, but that's because he sort of dropped to the ground and fell down and we wouldn't really get a good angle or shot of him, so I think I'm gonna take my chances with a better picture in the next level, when they're actually on their hind legs as they were supposed to be, gosh darn it. So, falling either by accident or intentionally jumping into the pit, purely optional, right? You don't need to do it, you can just ignore it and continue on with the rest of the level. But, wait, what was that? Lara, can you... Okay. Sidestepping. If you were to use forward walk, Lara would just climb onto this step and you wouldn't be able to grab the ledge above you. But because we use sidestepping, Lara will not step on this step, right? So this is what I explained back in Lara's home, very useful for aligning in case there's a hollow ledge above you. That's it. Okay, so let's make it over the pit with the bear. We sustained quite a lot of damage fooling around with that guy, hoping he's gonna go on his hind legs. Oh well. And let's also not forget a med pack on the left here. By the way, picking up all med packs in this level is part of an achievement. Again, you can do it in any kind of level, but I think it's called farming health. So pick up all medis in a single level. Again, this is the earliest level you can do it in. I guess it's possible in all others, but listen to the music now. Okay, and that's it. I'll try not to talk over this, it's beautiful. I'm sorry, there was no other way. Unfortunately, they plopped secret right here, meaning that the moment you take a step, the secret chime will interrupt a beautiful composition from Nathan McCree. I mean, no disrespect, but why would you put such a long track next to a secret? This is... this just wasn't very good level design. Anywho, yeah, so very happy to see this is restored. By the way, interesting fact, the original PC port of Tomb Raider 1 to PC from consoles, I think the original one was Sega Saturn, was kind of a disaster. It looked terrible, played terrible, and actually there was no music. Can you imagine that? I got my Game For You version back in the early 2000s. I was a bit late to the party with Tomb Raider 1. I played Tomb Raider 3 first, which scarred me for life. And there was no music. I actually had no idea there is any kind of music in Tomb Raider 1. I lived my life thinking there just isn't. Yeah. Okay, mind you, this switch is timed. Let's see how much time we had before the door closes. I can't believe I managed to do this blind during our charity stream in November. Well, to be fair, I had Winston giving me advice, but... yeah, now, let's keep moving forward. There, I believe, should be 2 more enemies. Yep, that's right, and 1 large health pack to find, and we should be good. Okay, rows of darts. You can absolutely jump forward. There is 1 wolf over here. And now, oh boy, breakaway tiles. So, there is an achievement in this game, which I still, given the lack of information or guides on achievements, do not know if it applies to just 1 level or the whole game. And I talked about this briefly in my previous video. So, I'm gonna make it an effort to break all breakaway tiles in the game. To be fair, on its own, it sounds like quite a fun challenge, and I would have wanted to do it anyway. So, let's break both of these by running over them. You have a second to react and move before you fall down. Let's make a safety drop. We wouldn't take damage anyway, but it just feels like we're in control of the situation, you know what I mean? Now, where are we, you might be wondering? Well, let's take a look. Remember, you can transition into walk even when running. We've been on the other side of that palisade. Maybe, just maybe, let's zoom in. Yeah, does that look familiar? Yeah, so now we are finally on this side and we just need to open that door. Thankfully, the lever is right over here. Also, see, this is how cool the photo mode is. You can take a sneak peek at things. Large health pack. And a sleeping wolf who's not gonna surprise us now that we summoned the power of photo mode. If any of you guys have played Angel of Darkness, remember Curtis. He had these powers of mind where he could move the camera through physical space and have an out-of-body experience. Or we can essentially do that now with photo mode. It's kind of incredible, isn't it? Okay. Oh, I love how these walls are part of the seamless geometry. In the original, well, they just stood out like a sore thumb like these, almost like a dynamic object would. Okay. And get those guns ready for a wolf who's hiding behind the corner. Oh, dramatic music. Because of one wolf, but let's do it. Okay, and our prize is an achievement. Collect all medpacks in a single level, farming health. That's it. Yep. Actually, it is only medpacks that are pickups in this level, and there's 7 of them. 2 large, 5 small. And we have opened the door into the fabled city of Wilkabamba. Let's have a victory slide. Okay, and we're here. By the way, there are blow darts across these walls over here. But you don't need to engage with them at all. We just made it across the entire area without triggering one, so it's kind of an odd placement, not really an obstacle. In Anniversary, they made you go through them. Now, I'm not sure if another step is already the level exit or not, but let me make a save here. On consoles, you have to manually go to the passport, choose save game, slot number 1. On PC, however, you can press F5. It's a very hefty shortcut, and in the past, you had F6, meaning load game. Now, you can probably imagine what the problem was with sticking quick save and quick load right next to one another. You would often load instead of saving or save instead of loading, which led to a couple of disasters. For the remasters, they moved it to F9. If you press F9, you're at load caves. Console users, you don't have to worry, you have to go manually, so you're at least not going to oversave or load by accident. That's good. So that's it. With this save in mind, let's take a few steps forward. Well, that's a lot of steps, and there we are, our statistics for Caves level. So we have found all 3 secrets, picked up all 7 items and medpacks, therefore unlocking farming health. We have also unlocked the Apex Predator achievement. We have unlocked like Dorothy achievement, but again, not something specific to Caves. And we have completed half of the requirement for May They Rest in Ukupacha achievement. Awesome. We have also killed all 14 enemies in this level. Without using medpacks, remember, we don't want to use any of them in this playthrough. We'll see how that will go. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stroll through the Caves level. I hope you found my extended guns and weapons tutorial a bit useful. Next time I'm going to try and talk a bit more about locking onto enemies, although that's not really much to say. It's just not a well-implemented feature. And if you stick around, you will see 6 unique deaths that I managed to snag in the Caves level. Not as part of this playthrough, but via revisiting it additionally for the Deadline achievement. I hope you'll have fun, and I'll see you next time in finally the lost, fabled city of Wilkabamba. Guys, breaking news. Before we move to the deaths, I wanted to show you something. No, not the achievements we've collected in the video, but some implications for future achievements, because unlike PlayStation, what Steam does, it shows you achievement progress, which is awesome and makes things more transparent. So apparently, throughout either Lara's home or the Caves level, we took a close look at an ancient time device. Now I have a strong feeling this is about the Mayan calendar disc in the final secret of the Caves level that we entered, that we interrupted Nathan McCree's music with. Please, approach it as close as possible, and it should fulfill half of this achievement's requirement called It's About Time. I had no idea. This is kind of awesome. I think another ancient time device will be a sundial in Palace Mida's garden section, but we'll know for sure once we reach it. Then, importantly, Stepping on the same tile with the mummy worked. May they rest in Ukupacha. Take a close look at the 2 Incan mummies. It absolutely worked. We have 1 out of 2 primed. Awesome. Then, something very interesting is... where it is? The Circus of Wilcabamba? Yes. Look at the bears standing on hind legs. So I didn't know this is as strict. What this means, we need to take a look at all 3 bears in Peru, which I think is also the entire game, and see them stand on their hind legs. I thought it's just those in City of Wilcabamba because that's when it unlocked for me on PlayStation, but it seems it applies to the bear in the caves level as well. Now you might be confused, we didn't see it on its hind legs yet in the video, but when you see my deaths bonus at the very end, we will actually catch it standing on its hind legs. I'll even take an amazing picture, you'll soon see. So watch the deaths and you will see it standing on its hind legs, and then it's 2 more bears in the next level. So it's a very strict requirement that requires all 3 of them. I didn't know that. Now, if we go further, we will see we have unlocked 6 out of 36 ways to die. That means being killed by bats, wolves, bears, by poison darts, by swan dive neck breaking, and then by standard falling damage neck breaking. All are 6 unique ways Lara can die and all counted. It's nice to have this confirmed. This is valuable information even for those of you not using Steam, right? This will be the same, I assume, for PlayStation trophies, just without the progress visibility bar. Anyway, just wanted to share that info for you. Again, no achievement guides yet exist at the time of me recording this, so I'm figuring this out as I go. Hopefully this was useful. We are definitely on the right track. Enjoy the deaths compilation, and I'll see you next time in City of Wilcabamba. Okay, welcome back to the deaths section. So I'm gonna show you 6 unique deaths. The first one is right ahead of us. All we gotta do is take those blow darts into the chest or wherever. Just be careful, they tend to move Lara out of the way, but this seems like a reliable spot to get hit. Takes a while, but eventually they're gonna chip away your health. They're not poisonous. Poison is not a status that exists in TR1 or 2. And that's gonna be the first unique one. It is rather unremarkable, isn't it? Oh, this is a good example. We have the restart level option. That was not in the original PC release. It was on the consoles one. They brought that back, and now we see the full stamp. Santuario Histórico de Machu Picchu. Okay, that's awesome. So let's use that. Okay, so the next one will be set up for Swan Dive. Remember in Koroft Manor, if it's 5 steps altitude, Lara will make it, and you'll actually unlock only the brave deserve the fair achievement. But this is way more than 5 steps, so this is what happens. It is very painful. I'm a person whose shoulders dislocate from time to time. This hurts to watch. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so approaching our very first enemy encounter, I'm assuming that part of those 36 deaths will be a death by every single enemy type. I cannot see them extending to the number 36 otherwise. So let's go into the light, under the light. How about that? The more bats, the faster this process will be. I find it hilarious how they're just spinning around Lara. Oh, this is so cute. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna immortalize this. Okay, this is too much. This is absolutely adorable. Look at them having a feast. Okay, and I'm sorry. Back to the deaths. I'm having too much fun with the photo mode. There, and we essentially had bats eat Lara's brain. Hopefully this counts for the deadline achievement. We'll see. On to the next one. Guess who is gonna have their dinner now? It's the 2 wolves. They're the apex predator now. But unfortunately, it is going to take them a while. They're more fond of circling around Lara than they're taking bites out of her. Oh, that's a good animation. Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going. Ah, there we go. Do we really want to take a picture of this? I mean, can we change Lara's pose post-mortem? Okay, Lara, you're pretending to be alive now. This is kind of terrifying. You know what? I think we're just gonna go with this one. Look how happy he is. Okay, and let's roll. Okay, this is all I ever wanted. Oh boy, on to the next death. We are approaching the bear's lair. You know what that means. Let's also maximize falling damage. That's a hint for what the next death will be all about, but before that, let us get eaten. Oh boy, he behaves like a bull more than a bear. That almost sounds like Fallout New Vegas reference. Anyway, he's not quite there, is he? Oh, this is what I wanted us to see. Okay, I am again taking a picture. Whoa, okay. Lara, you need to have a better pose for this. You should applaud him or something like that. Okay, bear hack? Anyone? No, just me? Okay, well, it's happening, either way. There we go. Oh, okay. So happy we got this. But now, Lara, it is time to die. A very hairy, furry death. Imagine you're made out of honey. Maybe he'll kill you quicker. Oh, no. He's not really into the whole killing Lara business, is he? Oh my god. We need to take the initiative. But this is... he just bitch slapped Lara and she... Okay, this has to be my favorite so far. This rivals even the bat feast in the beginning. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the final 6th death I managed to unlock in this level. Okay, we're approaching the bear pit again, but this time we're gonna do away with him because we want to die from falling damage. Now that does not mean swan dive falling damage, but normal falling, if that thing makes sense, because it's a different animation. And I have a strong suspicion, given there are 36 deaths, that it's gonna count as a unique death. We can actually even let the wolves chip away some of our health, but I don't know, it's a slow process, they're not very eager. Oh, well, now they're dead. But yeah, we'll have to repeat this jump a couple of times to sustain enough damage, right? But now there are no bats, bears or wolves getting in our way, so we'll know for sure that we're gonna die due to the falling damage. Again, do not swan dive into the pit. Whilst it would work to kill Lara immediately, we already had a swan dive death. Instead, find this highest point and try to aim for the middle of the grassy patch there, which is the lowest point. Whew, that was a lot of damage. If I was to do that instead of a running jump, maybe we wouldn't have to repeat it again. So, let's make it to the very top yet again for that final nail in the coffin, and that will essentially be our final N6 death that I could sort of come up with in the caves level. And hopefully that will be enough. Okie dokie. I don't think I'm gonna take a picture of that one. Nah. There's not enough interaction with animals going on there for it to be entertaining. Okay, but you know what? Maybe let's die next to Mr. Ted. Right over there. There. See, this is a different animation. Lara sort of broke her lower half of body rather than the upper one, and it could just count as a unique death for the deadline achievement. Well, there you have it, all the deaths. Thank you for sticking around in case you did. Hopefully this will help you tackle that achievement on your own, and I'll see you next time in the city of Wilcabamba.